welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching. Here's what I'm going to show you this morning, and what a great guitar. This is a Squier Classic Vibe Telecaster, and this is from the original series that came out made in China back in the day. Now this is the custom 60s version, and if you're looking at a new one, keep in mind the spec on these guitars may have changed, so do your own research. But here we're just going to review the guitar in hand, and here we go. So it starts with this classic Telecaster headstock. It's in perfect shape, looks great, and it has the Squier gold logo. I love that logo. And there we go, it says Fender Telecaster. So we look on the back and we see Kluson Deluxe style tuners. I'm not sure what brand they are, but they feel really good. There's the Fender China information. And let's just show you the maple neck. Now this is my favorite part of this guitar. Nothing wrong with the rest of it, but this neck is amazing. The medium C carve, it feels right, and just the way that these Squier Classic Vibes finish the neck, it feels like glass. Whatever they're doing, I really like it. Now a lot of people might find it too sticky, but for my playing style, it's great. If you're playing shredding, super fast licks, you might find it just a titch sticky. Now this one, being from the original series, has a rosewood fingerboard, and I will say it's not super thick. That's one of the thinner fingerboards I've seen on a Fender style guitar. And the inlays are done really well. As are the frets. You know, they're finished pretty darn good for the price point. It doesn't feel just 100% perfect up here. I can slightly feel the frets having a little sharpness there. Hardly worth mention, but I'm trying to be as objective as I can, and there's so little to complain about on this guitar. I'm going to have to point out tiny little things like that. Now, speaking of the neck, it fits in this pocket perfectly. I mean, they have got manufacturing down to a science on these things. I can see why the Classic Vibes were such a boom when they first came out. The quality is just spot on. Speaking of quality, check out that top. That's a really nice looking grain. I would say this is probably alder by the looks of it. I could be wrong. If I figure out I'm wrong, I'll flag it in the video here. Nice burst job, looks top drawer. I don't think visually, if you were looking at this in a store beside a Fender, that you would be able to pick which was which. And there's the bridge. This is a traditional vintage style Telecaster bridge with 3 shared saddles. So you don't have individual intonation adjustment, but that's no problem with me. Now it is 2 single coil pickups and a 3-way switch. I should mention in my testing, I didn't find much of a humbucker effect using both pickups. And I'm not sure if that's just because it's a Telecaster and the pickups are too far apart to truly humbuck. But keep in mind, my setup here has a lot of electrical interference going on with all this recording setup. And I have this issue with every single coil guitar. So don't hold it against this one. But it's worth note, you know, it's not really a humbuck position. And of course up here we would get just the neck pickup. Now the hardware on the knobs and this little control plate, it looks a little too chrome for me. Kind of feels a titch cheap if I have to nitpick. But you know, if I wasn't doing a review, I would never even really mention that. For some reason though, the bridge looks just a bit better quality than those things. Let's check out the back. And we see it's a string through design, and it looks just as nice as the front. What a classy guitar. And there's the neck plate. It says Squier Fender. And let's just finish off with a closer look at the binding there. It's really well done. So these classic vibes are great. I've always liked them, and this is my first hands-on with a 60s custom Tele. And I think it sort of feels top drawer to me. I think this is my favorite classic vibe so far. That being said, I'm not a huge Tele fan, so I'll have to trade this away for a different guitar to review. But impressive. It plays well also. The nut was cut really well, and there's great action all the way up. I will say the sounds, I had a hard time with this guitar getting rid of the electrical interference, as I mentioned, so I didn't enjoy playing it just as much as I may have if it was a humbucker guitar, but that is a comment more on my setup than the guitar. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.